Hello, welcome to Calculus Lesson 127. Today, we are going to talk about p-series and how you can find whether they converge or diverge. Note, this doesn't actually tell us what it diverges to. It simply tells us whether or not it will converge or diverge. Now, the p-series is simply a sum that starts anywhere and goes to infinity, and it has this form. So it has 1 over a number to the p power. We'll get this marker woken up this morning. Now, here is the key. If p equals 1, then we have what's called the harmonic series. We've already seen this series, and we've already said that it diverges. One over n continues growing and growing and growing. You'll notice that p is 1. So this is called the harmonic series. I don't know who named it that. Maybe someone who loves music. And so that diverges. But if we get a number greater than 1 here, then it generally converges. We did study 1 over n squared before. So as this is kind of the tipping point between convergence and divergence, if you have p-values greater than 1, we converge by p-series. P is greater than 1. Okay? That's what you would need to write if someone asks you to say, does this converge or diverge? Now, if p is less than 1, okay, so you have a less than 1 here, and that is, I believe, no, just less than 1. Then this series, so like, I mean, 1 over negative n to the negative 1, that's obviously going to be the sum of n, which is going to diverge. But you could also do like the square root of n, and that still diverges by the p-series. P is less than 1. Now, that's your entire lesson. So you're just going to be saying if it's harmonic and diverges, if it converges by the p-series, or if it diverges. But I'd like to point out that there's a tipping point. You notice this p equals 1 is like the point of no return. Some say, and you can debate this, that once you're saved, you're always saved. But nobody debates whether or not the person who's walked away from the Lord, who's not following the Lord, isn't saved. They merely debate whether or not they were ever saved. This is an interesting tipping point. A lot of students will live their lives for Christ in high school, and then graduation is their tipping point, and they choose to go into a way that's going to take them away from Christ. They start making small choices. They grow into bigger and bigger choices that move them away, right? 1 over 1, that's not too big a deal. But then you keep adding more and more and more and more to it, and it slowly takes you away from your first love. So just an interesting thought there as we talk about this tipping point right here at p equals 1. There's a tipping point coming up for you guys, and I hope and